Hello, everybody, and how are you all doing today? I'm here with my video. My leg is itching and I had to scratch it. I hope y'all didn't hear all that because that means I'm tremendously ashy on my legs, but that's okay. Hope everybody's had a good day. I've had a great day, busy day on the job, doing my day job thing, and I'm back here with you to share more good information. And today we're going to talk about giving back, and specifically giving back and using your superpowers for good. Came home this evening and my husband Al is endeavoring to share more of his music. I've been posting a lot of his music over the years that he's been producing and getting more opportunities to make beats and make music. And now he's producing, he's actually writing songs. And one of the things that he did today, which I was very proud of him, he said, if you have songs or things that you want me to review, send me the link and I will review them and I will give you my expertise and I'll tell you what I think. And I was so proud of him for that, because one of the ways that we use our superpowers is that we give back. We actually pay it forward. We don't always use what we have to make money. We actually use our gifting to give to someone, to enhance, to improve. And I said, you know what, you just helped me with my topic for the night. And I wanted to expound on that and give you some pointers using myself as an example of how to do that and how I've done it in my life. I am really community minded. I got that from my parents, who were civic leaders in sororities and fraternities, community groups, church groups. They grew up, again, I told y'all, they're baby boomers. So they grew up in a time with a lot of injustice. And so they were consistently looking at our landscape in our community and saying, how can I make a difference? How can I serve? How can I give back? So naturally, they distilled that into my sisters and myself. And I'm excited about it. I'm actually wearing a, first of all, this thing is comfortable. It's long sleeved. It is a athletic long sleeve hoodie in the back, from Stafford Senior High School. Thank you, Principal Chelsea. She was able to give me this to wear because Stafford Senior High School is where I give back. I actually run a Girls in STEM program. I'll be there tomorrow morning to talk to the girls, share a benefit of my experience, answer questions, talk about engineering, really talk about whatever they want to talk about. Because part of giving back, creating space, listening, providing advice, and making touch points, connections, providing access to not just girls, but students who are interested in science, technology, engineering, mathematics is my jam. I absolutely love it and I enjoy doing it. So that's my give back. So when I came home from work today and knew that I was going to record, I said, I want to wear something comfortable. And I was actually going to wear this last night, but I'm like, no. We're representing my alma mater, gets me closer to my dad. If you want to hear more about that, then make sure you watch my video from last night. I think you'll enjoy it. So tonight, I'm actually sporting it. And I really appreciate the opportunity to kind of support the school, not just in me wearing this, but also in me giving up my time and giving up my talent. So I want to talk about why it's important. And as I mentioned, tomorrow I'm going to be meeting with them, but in preparation for that, I think about what I want to give back. Like, sometimes you have to piecemeal it, and we're good at a lot of different things. One of the things that I love doing is helping people, the young and the old, understand what they're good at, because oftentimes we say we're good at things, Other people affirm that we're good at things, and then we just enjoy being good at things. We don't necessarily take it a step further. We don't make it accessible for people to use. We don't necessarily share the information because some of us are just comfortable just being known to be good at something. But I always want to move the needle forward. I want us to actively use the skills that we have for good. So here's the first thing I want to talk about. How are you using your gifting for good? What are you doing with it? If you are known for being a good listener and giving good advice, meaning you've got some wisdom, the choices you have made have allowed you to position yourself to where you can share that goodness with other people. No fooling, the mistakes that you've made have allowed you to help people detour from making those mistakes. You could be using your superpowers to do that. Are you the type of person, let me think of another example, that is a griot? Because what I realized about my sisters, and you'll hear me talk about my family a lot, is that we are storytellers. My father always had a story. So if you looked at, again, I'm not trying to hype up my video last night talking about my dad, but I was able to tell the story, paint the picture, because my father was a storyteller. Now, he told you that story over and over and over again, but that was one of his gifts, which is helping people set the tone and paint the picture to visually understand. That's probably why he was a good coach, because he could not only demonstrate it, he could talk about it, and he could say, if you do this, then this will happen. And so he coached and led, and he himself was an example of what to do. That was one of his superpowers. Here's another one. Are you, let me pick one from people that are already in my life. I have a friend at work who is a good processor. She does not jump to conclusions. She listens. She asks really good questions. And then she forms an opinion, but not always right then. Sometimes it's a little annoying because I'm like, come on, give it to me. She's like, no, I need to think about it. So I consider that to be a superpower. Are you a processor? Are you somebody that can synthesize information and then at the appointed time when you've thought it through, share, give a solution, give steps, mentor? Like, those are the types of things that I find very useful, when we talk about giving back. And let's just be clear about a couple of things. We all have superpowers. It's not just for the people who happen to have gone to college or folks that have these secret sauce. It is not about who you know. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about what it is that you can acquire. We all have something that makes us unique. And I spent a lot of my time growing up being told how I wasn't unique in terms of, how kids can be who they can be. So I was a big kid, so I was fat, or I wasn't athletic, which was a lie, because I definitely was, and I'm getting back into that, honestly. But I was told that I asked too many questions. Listen to this, that I asked too many questions, that I talked too much, and that, what was another thing? That I was insubordinate. Isn't that something? So those of you that are watching this video, they're like, yep. I remember Karen talking. I remember her in class, always having an answer. And even to this day, I have an answer for everything. So I'm trying to tamp that down. But to me, when I think about who I am today, I love asking questions. I am very curious. Now, because my mind works really fast a lot, right? I have to monitor that, and I have to do a lot to kind of keep myself in the pocket and focus myself so that I'm not all over the place. But I also like talking. I am, my husband swears out that I'm an extrovert. I'm not sure I believe in the extrovert introvert. I say it, but I think who I am fits the moment. There are moments where I'm learning to be quiet. There are moments where I'm learning to talk. I like telling stories and I like engaging with people. So someone's gonna say, well, that's not really a superpower. You just like being in places and talking to people and doing things. Well, the reason that it's a superpower is because when it is time to speak in a meeting using discernment, I will decide to ask a question because I want people to think. I want to cause people to actually pause for a second and think about what I'm saying. When it comes to storytelling, I'm not afraid to talk about myself. I'm not afraid to be transparent. So when I'm actually helping someone learn or understand a concept, or even, especially when you're talking to students, I am a professional, but I wasn't always that way. I don't mind giving examples. I don't mind painting the picture because it's me relating to you. And I want you to see that we didn't all arrive here having it together. So I'm able to empathize with you, hopefully earn your trust, and be able to work alongside you to figure out what you're good at, and then affirm it. And then ask you questions. So how are you going to use it? How are you going to put it into practice? See, that's my superpower. And for those people that know me, they're like, yeah, I've seen her do it. It works. It helps people. Hopefully it helps you. And that's what I love to do. So giving back, how can we use our superpowers? And the last thing I want to talk about is the impact of doing that. When you tap into what you are naturally, I'm hesitant to say what comes easy because it wasn't always easy for me to talk. I used to have hair. It wasn't easy for me to shave my head when I started to get alopecia. I didn't know how it was going to look. It wasn't easy for me to speak up and say things in a meeting, knowing that people weren't expecting good ideas to come out of a face that looked like this with the skin color that I had. It wasn't easy to stand in front of a room of a bunch of eyes and students staring at you and talking and being authentic. I developed that over time because I just kind of found my groove. And that's what I want you to do. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to be anybody else but you. I do want you to sit still for a moment, right? Like I ever sit still, but I'm doing better. Sit still for a moment and think about what your superpower is. And then think about how you're going to give back. Is there someone that's been calling you to kind of go to lunch or spend some time with you that you keep pushing off because there's something else that you need to do? Is there a company or an organization that can use your skills? Are you good at graphics? Are you good at writing? What is it that you do better than the average person, and how can you pay that forward? That's really what it is all about. So I am happy to say that I'm going to spend my evening preparing for my students tomorrow. I can't wait to see them because it's been a month. I do this every month, and I enjoy looking at their faces and helping them explore, helping them see the impossible, helping them understand that they are unique, they are special, and that they have a place in this world. If I don't do nothing else, if we don't talk about a formula or a program or a scholarship, I am able to be a cheerleader for them, and there's nothing in it for me other than to see them successful. That's my give back. So whatever yours is, think about it. Come up with it. Put it in the comments. I do want you all to engage with me. I don't know how many people see in this video, and I flat out don't matter, but for those that are, if you would love to put your superpower in the chat and tell me what it is, you just have to do that. Just say, you don't even have to write the word superpower, just tell me what it is. And I think sometimes identifying it, calling it, giving it a name propels us forward to actually do the thing that gives back and makes this world better. All right. I appreciate you all for spending some time with me tonight. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.